No.
No picture.
No picture. Hi, guys. I think you could hear us.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Oh, cool. We're working on the part where you can see us.
Yeah, we aren't working too hard.
No, Tony is.
It might be better if you can't see us, actually.
You know, that's what I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because then we can just tell you how good we're doing.
Exactly. This is much more of a podcast than a visual cast.
Well, now at least we can't see us either.
Now we can't even look ourselves.
Charlie Abbott said Tony never looked so good.
You should see the sweats he has on today, guys. It's cold today.
Yeah, it's supposed to get colder.
You're smelling me.
Oh, look at that.
Just sit.
All right. Hold on. Now at least I'm saying that. No memory cards are not played. Now what happens?
There we are.
Hopefully you're on everywhere.
Hopefully.
You're on.
Are we good? Are we here?
You're good, but the camera bag's setting in the middle of it.
There's a camera bag right here. We're mostly prepared today.
Yeah, most. Well,
You know what? It's 2022.
Yeah.
We had to start with some sort of hiccup.
Yeah, this is the way we're starting out. You know how the year's going to go now.
Exactly. It's going to be a bit shoddy in the beginning.
Yeah,
That's all right.
but it'll all smooth out.
I mean, Abigail's here today. If you didn't know, this is
Abigail.
that's her coffee cup
Abigail.
sitting in the middle of the world. Yeah, so you can use her channel for it.
Yeah, so if anybody wants to say hey to Abigail, she is here today. She is not currently in this room, but I'm sure she'll come back eventually.
She's taking pictures of
Also, everybody,
cow bellies.
Cowbell.
here's cheers to thing 1 and thing 2.
There is the cup.
It's back. It's here. It's very full. All right, Denny. What is this?
We're going to try to make a lamp.
I love it.
It'll be kind of like this, but not like this.
Exactly. We did a smaller version for this one. But if you are curious to get this pattern, I'm sure Denny still has it, and we could probably give you some information.
Actually, Denny doesn't have it. That's
Oh,
why we have a new pattern. But
Kidding.
If you have to have this pattern, I can make this pattern for you.
Well, honestly, you could just modify what we've got going on here.
Yeah, I think this one has 10 panels. The one
This thing
we're
is
doing,
big
Yeah. It's
I
got
like
a
to put
lot of
things
different facets.
on my head. Facets are fun.
Sort of an oriental lamp hat.
I can do it this way. Like that. Without the cord. Anyways, all right. So this is something that I found, years ago, wasn't it? And I came to you and I said, Denny, make a leather lamp.
Yeah, actually, and I never made what you wanted me to make. You wanted me to make one that was kind of filigreed, where the light would come through.
Oh,
I
right.
never did do that. I ought to do that
Slacker.
sometime in the future. Yes, that's me. That is me. But anyway, this one has 10 panels to it.
Okay.
And the one it has 10 upper panels and 10 lower panels to it. Today, the one we're going to do just has 7 panels. It doesn't have lower panels. Everything is one piece.
We've got 7 bowling pins.
Yes, that's
That's what they look like.
they're little girls with long dresses on and no feet.
And no heads.
No head.
just a dress.
This is what we have today, you guys.
Okay, so we're making a smaller, a little bit simpler version that will be much less lacing because we don't have to lace all of this all the way around.
Right.
So it'll be a little bit more user friendly.
Right. The lacing is really the hard part about this. Not hard, but the most time consuming, because that's a lot of lace right there.
It is a lot of lace. Okay.
I'm going to set this aside. There's 2 parts to this pattern. There's the little girl with no head, no feet.
It's too much.
And then there's this. What do we call that?
A throwing star.
A throwing star.
Yes,
or a
throwing
rocket.
star. And that is,
Rocket.
you can't see it. That is this part right here, the throwing star. Believe it or not.
Oops.
Believe it or not.
I don't believe it.
Okay, but anyway.
And you have 7 sprockets on your throwing star.
Yes, 1 sprocket, 1 blade.
1 tooth.
For each little girl with no head, no feet. Right?
Oh, it's going to be a great day.
Are you guys with us?
Going off the deep end of the curry. Maybe we should go back to the black camera, do the black screen.
We told you guys you wouldn't want to watch this.
Yeah.
Oh my.
Okay.
Some shady
Okay.
stuff going on in here.
We've been gone for a few days, you guys, or this we has.
I mean, you have.
Yes, I have. So
He found out he didn't have to do a video last week, and he's like, all right, well, I'm not coming to work then. I'm going to take the weekend off.
yeah, I took off. When did I
Friday.
take off? Friday.
You did.
Yeah, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday.
Were you here Thursday? Because I wasn't here Thursday. But were you
Yes,
here?
I was here Thursday.
Okay, all right. He came
That's
in
when
Thursday.
That's when I made this little girl with no head and no feet.
I can't.
Okay.
Oh.
Anyway, I have taken the liberty of
He has prepped some parts
cutting and punching
because they're the same parts.
6 of these 7 little girls. All right.
Or bowling pins.
Okay.
Whichever way.
But now I'm going to show you what I did was take this pattern.
Did you lay out your pattern on your leather?
I laid out the pattern on the leather and drew around it. Now I'm going to cut this out.
I'm going to tell him how thick our leather is.
Okay.
Because I
Yes,
can do
that's
that
a
with
good
our
idea.
handy dandy leather gauge that belongs here. So we've got an 8 to 9 ounce. So these are decently heavy. Or 7 to 9. 7 to 9. 7 to 8 would be fine. 8 to 9 would be
Yeah.
fine. Whatever you want to do is going to be fine.
7/8 I think is what
What you intended?
I tried to get.
Okay.
But it doesn't matter. Thicker leather would have more body to it, but you really don't need it because structurally these panels kind of support themselves.
Okay.
Yeah.
They have structure.
They do
You want to
have
scooch
structure.
over just a little bit?
Yeah, I'll
There we
scooch
go.
over just a little
Thanks.
bit.
Don't step on Luna though.
Now, okay, Luna, I'm sorry. Forgive me for future activity here. Okay, I'm going to use this half round punch to punch these corners on the...
Is that one of our finesse punches?
Yes.
Very good. Probably
This
the
is-
30 millimeter one.
Yeah,
30 millimeter finesse punch right there.
and I'm just going to take it and punch these corners. I already did one before I realized that I needed to not do it.
We get ahead of ourselves sometimes.
Yes, I did. Well, I was trying to get ready, you know.
That's okay. Clayton doesn't know when to stop either.
Yeah.
He preps until I'm like, hey, you should probably save some of this for the video.
Okay, now I'm going to take my...
Hey
round knife.
guys! Say hello! Come say hi. Just right there. Abigail's
Abigail's
here.
home.
I set your coffee cup aside, Abigail. Since
Where
you
is
left it
it?
in the middle of the table.
Oh.
Don't let her out. Luna, you're fine. Come on. All right. Denny's
Anyway.
cutting things out.
Yeah, anyway, now I'm using my round knife. You can use a straight knife, a razor knife.
Whatever knife you don't cut your fingers
Yeah.
with. That's
Yeah.
all that matters.
That's the main thing.
We weren't prepared enough to give our pattern to Tony to have it prepared to download for you guys, but I'm sure eventually he'll get it and we'll do that. Right. My good friend over there in the chair.
Yes, I haven't been given a pattern to do anything with it.
It's right here.
Oh. Sure.
And there she
I'll
is.
take care of it.
Now I'm going to mark my... And to punch these holes, you guys see these nice fancy little slots here?
I do. I see those.
You can do this several ways. You can
Okay.
either...
I see that those have holes.
Yes, those have holes. I punched
Like a
every one
round-
of those.
You punched every single.
one of those by hand.
Oh my!
Yes.
No wonder Denny didn't want to do that again.
And you can do that. Don't worry, you can do that.
What are they, like a quarter of an inch apart?
About a half-inch apart.
Oh, a half inch apart. Okay.
But what I've done for this, and that's another thing, you can either put this together with lace or with thread,
Sure.
whichever you desire. Lace is a little more,
It's gonna visual.
yeah, visual, a little more rustic looking.
Yeah.
But I took a lacing chisel, which had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 prongs on it.
It sure doesn't anymore, though.
It doesn't, because I put it in a vise and tweaked off every other one. Now I have 4 that are spaced about a half-inch apart,
Yep.
and I just use those to punch these. And the main thing you want to keep in mind when you punch these holes is that you have the same number of holes in each one.
Yes, I'm sure it's very important to start at the same spot.
Yeah.
And then make sure that you have the same amount.
Yeah, I always start down here.
Mm-hmm. Which you should, as long as you're starting the same distance from the bottom and you've cut your panels correctly.
They'll be pretty darn close.
Yeah.
I mean, you can't cut perfectly, but you can cut perfect enough to make it come out right.
Correct.
Okay. So now I'm going to take this set of wing dividers and set it for the same stitch reveal that I've got here.
Stitch reveal.
Or what would you call it?
I had a word, but now I don't anymore.
I don't either. That's why I used reveal. Anyway,
margin?
I'm making stitch margin. That's a good one.
Okay. Yay.
Now I'm making this little mark on each side of the little girl's dress.
You know what? You didn't scallop the bottom of her dress. You just left it straight.
I know.
You scalloped the bottom of those.
I did.
Panels.
But we're simplifying this. You guys can get as fancy as you want to.
Yeah, this is pretty
basic
little dress. But you could have a much fancier dress if you want to.
Yeah, you can have a prom dress if you want to.
You can have all the bells and whistles on there.
And Carrie Terscheron just said it reminds her of her, spit it all out, of her daughter's old prom dress.
Yeah.
See?
Yeah.
Casey had a question. Could you make a tap off of the first one?
The first.
If you made just one of the bowling pin prom gowns with the stitch in it, and you could just beat it into the other ones and have it made.
Oh,
yeah. Cut one and you could just tap it off into the other 6.
Sure.
Yeah. That would be no problem. I didn't, but you can. Okay. Now, also, while I'm punching these holes, we have the other ones all laid out and ready to tool.
So I'm going to start doing
Liz is going to perform magic.
I'm going to try. So we grabbed all these different tools. We decided that every panel is going to be different on our little lantern here. So we're going to have some fun with a couple Sergei tools, a couple Barry King tools. Sorry to everybody that wants Barry King tools. And then, this really fun one that we couldn't find last week, but we still love it. So we're going to use it. But we are seeing if Sergei can make it for us eventually. That'll be down the road. Anyway, so these are all the tools and border tools that we're going to be using today. Denny, we have 2 basket weaves that look very similar. Just you got a fat one and a skinny one.
They won't look similar when you do them.
Okay.
Because this Barry King is like an arrowhead type, and this one is just like a alternated type, checkerboard type.
Gotcha. So this one I do like I do my arrowhead?
Sort of.
Okay, well I'll save that one for you then.
Okay, save that one for me.
I'll do my fan.
That one's broke.
Shh, Tony.
Probably not broke.
All right, now I'm getting ready to start making noise here.
Yeah, don't drop your tools. It's fine.
It's fine.
Hey, Jenny?
Yes.
Mike was asking on a strop, do you ever make a new one or just scrape off the buildup?
I don't even scrape off the buildup. I just add more, build it up higher and higher. Well, the thing is, the more of that compound that you get on your strop, the more good it's going to do you.
Mm.
The only time it would make a difference is if you get high and low spots,
Oh, so it's uneven.
Or little divots in it, or something like that.
How long have you been using your strop?
Forever.
Forever.
Well, that's a long time.
Yeah.
It still sharpens his tools.
I never clean it.
Can I have the water, please?
Oh, yes, you may.
Oh, thank you very much.
You're just going to have to hammer hard.
Okay, I'm going to start doing this, and I'm going to go one length away from the edge on the bottom of this to make my first set of holes.
Denny, what width is your prong? Is it an 1/8 inch?
Yes, this is an 1/8 inch for
There you go, guys.
1/8 inch lace.
1/8 inch prong for 1/8 inch lace.
Yeah, and that's what I was planning on lacing this with. You can use any 1/8 inch lace you want.
I think somebody in the shop got a hold of the label maker for you.
I would say that was Clayton. He brought it to me this morning. He says, I don't know who stole your water bottle, but I found it for you and I marked it.
It's super labeled now.
Yeah.
Nobody gets away with stealing that one.
Yeah.
Cad's Craftwork says, with this weight of leather, wouldn't it be more of a lamp blocker instead of a shade? I said it's just full shade.
It's concentrated light on the bottom.
Yes.
The amazing JP said a light diverter, diffuser.
Which is why I wanted Denny to make a filagree one.
Yeah.
Yes, so the light would show through.
So you guys out there that want to filigree things, this would be a great project for you to practice your filigreeing, because it's going to be a lot. Or, I mean, you could filigree every other panel.
Sure.
So there's this company, Abisco, something along those lines, that makes some really cool, I think they have a...
Nabisco? They make great
The lamps?
Little cookies?
No, It's not that. It's not that. They make lamps. And they do, like, I think they laser them out, like with but they make wooden lamps that then they spray with, like, metallic finishes. And they make geometric pattern lamps and, like, all sorts of really cool designs that then will, like, spray the room with these really cool geometric.
Wow.
I love them so much. One of these days I'm going to make Chad do something fun.
I was just going to say,
me a lamp.
You know, a filigreed lamp where the light shines through would be something that would really drive me crazy. If I was sitting there watching television with this lamp, one beam shining right in the middle of my eyeball.
Denny's not a fan of the filigree lamp.
No, I think it would be cool. Just, I don't want it
It's not in his
while
house.
I'm watching television.
A quick Google results in nothing.
BCO is that? Hang on, I think I follow them on Instagram.
And are you familiar with them because of your project you're doing at home?
No.
No?
Oh, there it is. HYBYCOZO.
HYBYCOZO.
Hi, but it's over.
Hi, bye, Kozo.
I'm a Kozo.
But I tell you what, they're
that's
like
pretty fancy.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, they're amazing. Oh, look, guys.
Who is that? Who is the guy?
Woo! Look at that.
Who is the guy that does all the fancy blown glass lamps and chandeliers and stuff? You see him in museums.
Yeah,
What's his name?
Chihuly.
Yeah, Chihuly.
Yeah.
Ooh.
He is doing, it just started and it's running all through spring, but at the Frank Lloyd Wright School in Arizona,
really?
they're having Chihuly in the desert.
Wow.
And they're going to have a whole outdoor setup. And I kind of want to go see it this year.
Wow.
So, that's...
You know what this?
Because I've never been to this school before, but I really want to go and visit them. And I love Chihuly, so it seems like a really perfect juxtaposition of
I don't know if it's still
things.
there, but in the Springfield Art Museum,
they have in the entrance.
Had a Chihuly. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
Is it still there?
It was. We went a couple months ago and it was there. We went down to Crystal Bridges here, and we got to do Chihuly in the forest. So they had like after dark. You could walk through their little forestscape, and they had like a sound and light show with Chihuly.
Wow.
Yeah, that was really cool.
How did we get on this?
Lampshades.
Okay.
He had a really cool exhibit when Chris and I went up to Toronto, the Royal something Museum, Royal Ontario Museum, the ROM. They had a whole Chihuly floor that was their special exhibit when we were there, and we got to, it was amazing. If anybody doesn't know who Chihuly is, you should look them up. It's cool. Let's see. I'm going to start up here.
Isn't that like something you can get to eat?
No, Tony.
A Chihuly?
You could eat that. It would be crunchy.
It'd be real expensive.
Like a crunchy hot dog?
Yeah, it would be. Yes. Yeah, real
Way
expensive.
down yonder on the Chattahoochee. No?
No.
Wrong one?
Wrong one, yep.
Marcus was asking, is there a rawhide thin enough to use for this to make it more of a lamp?
Sure.
Shine
You
proof.
could use rawhide the The bad part is having it shaped right, because the rawhide. Let me put it this way: if you did it, use the rawhide dry, had the sheets flattened out, you could use rawhide.
Yeah.
If you wet the rawhide, it would be really hard to lace and make it take this shape. I guess it could be done.
Lay it flat, punch and cut out your pieces, and then let it dry, and then reconstruct.
Yeah.
Let's see. W. Bradburn has a question. Liz, do you blow glass?
I don't blow glass.
Just hot air.
We didn't ask for any Tony burns, guys. That was a good one. That was pretty good.
I only have 3 camera angles today.
Was Abby using the other camera?
Yeah.
I've got this last piece cut
Good job.
and laid out, so I'm going to help you stamp.
Well, that's cool, because I haven't gotten very far. Because I'm blowing all my hot air.
Yeah. And my glass.
I haven't seen Denny for like a whole week and a half. So we have a lot of crap catching up to do. I shouldn't have stamped that so intense. I meant to go a little bit on the side.
Okay, I will do this one, that Mary King that we were talking about, that goes in a arrowhead like.
Striker says, does Springfield Leather offer splitting services? Yes.
Yes, we do. Give us a call. Let us know what you need. We have all the splitters.
We have 3 splitters.
We have many splitters. And 2 of them are new, which is impressive for us because we hardly ever have new machinery.
We're against buying stuff.
Let's see if I can put Liz on the picture.
Liz doesn't need to be anywhere.
Okay, Liz, you see what I got going here on this?
Oh, yeah.
It's not really an arrowhead, but it's sort of.
I got it.
Sort of.
A little bit.
A little bit. Anyway.
How's everybody's weekend? Does everybody have a good time?
Is everybody in the new year with us? Or
I hope so. At this point,
some of
it's
us still behind.
I had to write a check for a few people the other day, and I was like purposely like, okay, I have to put a 22 on it. This is weird.
Writing checks is almost a thing of the past. You shouldn't have to worry about that too much.
Well, not here.
Nowadays.
Lindsay, that's how we pay everybody is we write checks and we send them out.
Don't forget how to do that.
Exactly. So when Lindsay isn't here, I'm next up for writing checks. So I still have to remember a little bit how to do them.
Darcy said Jim loves the splitters. Jessica says he got dumped on a bunch of snow. David Dwight Wells wants everybody to make sure they're hydrated.
Okay.
Did you get a drink? You get a drink of your drink? I saw Liz take a drink of her coffee.
I did.
I will have a drink here in a minute.
Yeah, that's fine. Oh, Denny, I feel like my pedals are going cockeyed.
Does Costa Knives do any custom knives?
I mean, all of his knives are custom.
Does he take orders anywhere?
No.
Does he want to?
And is there a reason for that?
No. He doesn't really. His shop is a little in disarray at the moment. It's mostly a gym right now.
Because he has a job that he has to do?
Yeah. Springfield Leather keeps him pretty busy. No, he hasn't really been making knives recently, so no knife orders. And even he used to when he first started, he's like, oh yeah, I'll take, like he'd make a knife and then somebody'd be like, oh yeah, I want one of those. And then he'd end up making like 15 of the same knife and he really hated that. So he stopped taking orders and he's like, I'm just going to make what I want. And then if somebody wants to buy it, they can.
Well, that's good.
Yeah.
That's good. I have found when I was making saddles, if I was just making a saddle, we called it on speculation.
Okay.
I could do a lot nicer job because I could do what I wanted to and knew how to make it come out.
Exactly. Sometimes people have so many weird requests and so many different, and they don't know what they're talking about. I apologize for people that are buying things, but you guys don't know what you're talking about.
Whether you think you do or not.
Yeah, so sometimes it gets really difficult to, like, you spend so much time, and that's the other, and you guys know this. You'll spend so much time talking to a customer about their weird specifics of all the things that they want, and then they just stop talking to you, and you spent like 5 hours discussing a project with somebody that they don't buy. Or like you'll finally quote them a price on all their weird things that they want, and they're like, oh, that's too much. So
Michael wanted a knife for his 20th anniversary.
Gotcha.
He's got the.
I have other knife maker people that do. What kind of knife do you want? And I bet I have a suggestion because I know a lot of knife makers. So let me know what you're looking for, and I probably have a reference that I could holler out.
He was saying he has wood for the scales that he wanted to use.
Okay.
We'll see what he comes up with.
If you guys were wondering, we're not going to get finished with this today.
Nope, we've got this scheduled for 2 slots.
Yeah. And I will probably take liberties and do a lot of this afternoon and tomorrow.
Oh, you think? You think that's what's going to happen?
Well, maybe, if we want to finish it up on Friday.
Brendan Moore says she got 3 holsters cut out on her table.
Woo.
All right.
Michael said any knife, really, nothing in particular. He just wants to be able to use the scales that he has.
So if you want a kitchen knife or a little hunter style, Joe Shrum in Sedalia, Missouri, his Instagram page, let me spell it because I'm not that good at saying it.
Chevy said, honestly, let's just keep this venting session going. We talked about it a little bit last week about underpricing yourself and then just hating it when you have to do it.
Okay, so
your time is your value.
Yeah,
and not you have to put into it.
So
otherwise, you're gonna be making a bunch of it. Sorry,
this guy, if you need a knife, this guy is amazing. His name is Joe. I make some sheaths for him from time to time. He's a good friend. Look him up. Okay.
John says, Tony, speak up. It's hard over this hammering.
Well, either we do it or we don't. You guys were trying to get this little girl with a nice dress.
Trying to get her basket weave on her.
Make her some fancy outfits here.
Some decent clothes. This Cinderella stuff she's been wearing doesn't get it.
There ain't nothing wrong with Cinderella.
I like Cinderella.
Yeah. Night and day, it's Cinderella.
But her old stepmother didn't dress her very well.
I don't think she liked her.
Well,
It's okay. She has a fairy godmother. That's all that matters. Got her fixed up.
David said, pricing is my downfall. We need to do a video on that. Talking about customers coming in and wanting a holster made out of oil tan. Then trying to educate them on why that is not a good idea.
Yeah, it's difficult when you've got a customer that thinks that they know what they want, but what they want isn't actually what they want.
Right. Be creative, and then you show them something. No, I don't like that. Okay, can you do this instead? I was like, well, okay, why can't we just start with that?
Yeah.
Michael said that for the new year, he has started on his biggest project to date.
What are you making, Michael?
The SLC shotgun case.
Woo!
All right.
He's gonna do it fully tooled.
Nice.
All right.
It's gonna take a minute to do that tooling.
That will. That's a pretty big project. I remember when I made that pattern. The shotgun case was the hardest one of the. I think I made 2 or 3 different rifle scabbards and then the shotgun case.
Didn't we put rifle scabbard on the video?
I think it is. I saw it. I think it's towards the end of the month.
He figures it'll be about 700 hours. Then after that, he can get started on a guitar case.
Woo! That's right. That'll be another 700 hours.
Yeah.
Or more.
Depends on if you fully tool it or not.
Yeah, Denny learned his lesson on that one. And realized that the first one that you make shouldn't be fully tooled. Because then he had to make another one, and he's like, I'm just going to use some bison for this. Yes, Luna.
She's sick of all this racket.
You guys are louder than me.
I know. I can't even.
Should we... Look, I can scooch closer to Denny.
I wish I could shoot Denny with this camera, but I can't because we'll just look at the back.
Because he's a left-handed.
Yeah.
I guess I could.
I mean, this is
sit
pretty good.
Backwards.
Oh, you're good.
That's okay. Well, I don't know how that'll work. I don't have a table behind you. I'll just move the camera over there. But I gotta move the whole tripod.
Don't make that noise, Denny.
Too late. That's all right. No one will see that. And you aren't going to tell them, right?
I'm never going to tell
Oh,
anybody.
here comes Abigail walking in with the other camera.
Abigail, we're struggle busting over here because you stole our camera. Oh, you know what? I put that one way too
She
high.
just realized that shucks.
She's just been photoing away. She's like, I'm only here for a couple days a month. Gotta take all my pictures.
Gross. Sorry, guys.
She comes in and helps me get back up with the new items that we need to. I don't think the camera's on.
Oh, I was trying to make it look like I was walking down.
Well, I guess you did it for everybody. Because it's on the overhead camera.
Do you want to use this? You want to grab the puppy?
This one is,
I mean,
I feel like maybe upside down is better.
Maybe just do pictures.
Easier to see.
take it or not?
I'm gonna take the
Yeah, I mean, you already have the
Whoops.
camera. I've already moved it.
Whoops. Yeah, you made the
That's why I
sound.
didn't bother you because you were taking care of it.
Well, obviously not.
You know, guys, it's not perfect, but it's fine.
Hey, Denny, do you think saddle soap would help these?
Just raise up yours. Oh,
Sure. They're kind of suede like.
Yeah, do you have...
It'll lay the nap down on them, but it will help them.
Okay.
I love saddle soap on everything.
Toast and jam
So, like,
and
it-
saddle soap.
It'll keep the, like, integrity of the leather and all that fine.
No, it won't be suede feeling
It'll
anymore.
just be...
It'll be slick
Slick?
feeling.
Huh.
You might need to sharpen that up just a little bit.
What do you know?
You can you have a suede cleaning kit. I believe it's a kit, isn't it?
yeah. Yep, and it's got
a
that little
got a
rougher.
little fine brush.
Yeah.
Wayne was asking, I know we have a lot of videos, but could we do a video on a lampshade? But we did a video with rawhide.
Mm-hmm.
But we did a video of lampshade
Yeah, we
with
already
rawhide.
did that.
Yep, it was a video of John.
Because he's the rawhide guy.
He is.
Rawhide.
Exactly. Abigail, are you getting our good sides?
You guys have no bad sides, so yes.
That's a big fat lie, but I appreciate it.
I didn't know I had a good side.
Any help on making scuff marks disappear on oil tan?
That'll soap.
Oh, we were just talking about soap.
If it's got a lot of fill up on it, just rub it.
Yeah, just takes the shearling and just rub it, right?
Yep, just buff the heck out of it.
Denny, how would you fight?
A dog.
Yeah, how would you fight a dog? No, like, do you ever get bored focusing when you're tooling?
Oh, no, because I'm generally out of focus. I'm always trying to find my focus. No, I love to tool. Actually, geometric stamps aren't my favorite. But I love to tool. I don't get bored doing that.
I mean, that's probably how you've made your life's work out of it,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, I'm a lucky guy, you know. A lot of people don't get to do what they love for a living, but I do. I can't say that I want to go home at night after I've been at work and tool some more.
Yeah.
Because I don't. But yeah, I would tool every day, all day, every day, and it wouldn't bother me.
Yeah, Idaho Cowgirl was saying that the stamping part of it, she has to do it in sessions because it gets bored, but carving stuff doesn't bore her.
I just, you know, I try to amaze myself, but it never works out.
Yeah. You amaze us instead.
We appreciate it. All right. What kind of border should I put on here? I feel like we're getting a little dry. Hello. What are you doing, little bear?
I'm ready for a border, too.
Sorry, Darcy. What'd you say? She said I already answered him. Started screaming at me from her keyboard. Darcy will get that way sometimes.
She's feisty.
You just feed her with crackers, though.
Her spicy crackers.
I brought her plain unsalted ones, and she's like, I don't want those. Do something else with them. So I threw them in the trash can.
Whoa.
She got them back out, and she goes, okay, I can use them.
I'm going to use this one. Because he kind of matches my fan.
I'll use this one.
What kind of crackers do they call them? Besides spicy crackers, isn't there another name for them?
I have no idea.
Flavortown.
Flavortown crackers? Sounds like an Abigail name.
Guy carry a fruit.
Gary.
Denny, I think we found a chin rest on your leg.
We did that lampshade video October of 2020.
Of the rawhide lampshade?
Yeah. I was just going to get the link. That was a long time ago.
It was.
He said, I didn't even use an exclamation mark.
I feel like we talked about that last week.
We did. Because we were talking about...
Oh, the lampshade.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Luna, you're just being overly friendly to me today. I don't know why. I didn't bring anything to eat in my pant cuffs.
What's happening? There must be something under this table that she wants.
That's where I get my snackies for later.
Ah.
I'm looking under the table, Liz. We do have stuff for live shopping tomorrow. Some
We
stuff
do.
under there.
And then the rest of it, or what we brought from Grant, should be coming over this morning. So.
A nice little peek there. guys are killing me.
It's like we're driving railroad spikes.
Oh, there you go. Somebody hold one tool, and then you guys stand on either side and whack the mallet.
Oh, I shouldn't have done that. Oh, well.
That'd be a great project to try.
We should have been working on the railroad.
Sing about it.
Can't. So much pressure to line them up quick enough.
I know. See, this is when you make mistakes.
Right, when you start goofing off. This is how you make your stamping fun. Do it with somebody and try to keep a steady time with each other.
Denny, go slower. I'm almost done.
Make sure when you timestamp this video, Abigail, that you put the tooling train
Right.
for this portion.
I made it.
You got your and you wanted me to go slower, and you beat me.
I know, but you started so much later than me, and I'm just now finishing. Hi, Looms. What are you doing?
I got this little
Did you get a wiggle butt?
Isn't that cute?
She between the
Her
legs.
little wiggly butt.
She likes. We've taught her to go between.
Uh-huh.
That's we do that with treats. That's what we do. What are you doing down there?
What is
Look at her
the
little
office, Abby? Her little dog?
Isn't that cute?
Little Hotch.
Hotch.
Look, guys. That's pretty. Denny said, Liz, we're going to give ourselves a wide margin for our tooling today.
If we would have tooled too much, it would have taken us all day to whack it.
That's true. Okay, next.
Yep, next.
Michael said that's how he hits his toes when he starts rushing.
Oh, that's what I needed.
Water.
Mr. White,
Oh,
Denny
sorry.
is wondering what round knife you would recommend.
The one we don't carry right now.
The Osborne round knives are great. I've used them for years. We got, who makes those knives that I've been using?
That black one there?
Yeah,
Ivan.
We got these in a while back, and I really like it. It's got a good heavy feel to it. It's got a nice blade to it.
I got the approval from Rusty today. We're going to get them ordered. So, yeah.
But basically, any round knife you get will work well if you can get it sharp.
If you strop it.
The main thing, yes.
Don't clean your strop. Just
That's
strop it.
If it's not sharp, it's not going to work. If it's sharp, you can cut with it.
Stop and stop.
Stop and strop. Stop.
All right. I'm gonna do this one. This one is really crazy. And it goes so
Don't
deep.
drop it.
Drop it till you strop it. Strop it till you drop it.
Stop it till you strop it.
That's right.
Or stop it. Don't strop it.
What are you doing, silly
Ed
girl?
was asking, is there a time frame that we'll be getting Berry King mallets in by chance?
We don't know the answer to that question.
I know.
Oh, are we out of Berry King?
Yeah, they're
Morals?
having a
I think,
supply chain issue.
yeah, there's a struggle, especially like for the tools. I know that we ran out of one of the stamping tools that we carry. We went to order it, and they said we're having problems getting the material to make them. So that's a thing right now.
Isn't that terrible? We finally start selling Berry King tools.
Lisa Jarvis says this is her first live to watch.
What's up, Lisa?
Now she realizes why she hasn't joined earlier, I bet. Liz is twitching.
Oh, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna do every other one of these. Can I borrow your ruler? I'm gonna make a grid because this one is just real
Oh,
deep.
Raider White says his name is pronounced Raider.
Raider. Mr. White, not do it for you.
I posted the link in the chats for the rawhide lamp.
Rawhide.
That's how it goes.
I used to watch that show.
What happened?
They stopped
They
airing
quit
it.
doing it.
I kept watching it and they quit producing it.
Clint Eastwood finally grew up.
Did he though?
Yeah, he grew old like me.
I don't feel like that slowed him down any.
Tangled Up says that they can't get their Osborne sharp enough to work for them.
If they live close, tell them to bring it in. I'll help them.
She doesn't live close.
Well, you could send it in, and then we'll send it back to you.
Yeah.
One of those northern states. Wisconsin.
Well, I was going to say Denny could stop by and pick it up, but he's going to Texas.
Yeah.
I mean, he'd have to drive a long way north to get to Texas.
Denny likes to go long ways.
I do.
He likes to get out of Dodge a little bit. Go see the world.
I do, yeah. The small world.
I thought you drove a Nissan.
I do.
Oh.
I do.
I thought Liz was saying you got out of a Dodge.
Yeah, I got out of Dodge and into Nissan. Is that what you meant?
Yeah. Hey, Mike. Kennedy says, I really need to practice on my tooling. This is what you do. We got scrap.
Practice on tooling. That's how you get better.
We got scraps and other things. Just go.
Yeah, get your tools out. Let's
Yeah.
just join us. That's
They
what
said
we're doing.
Mr. White is my dad.
Ah.
Happy New Year to Isabel.
Is that me?
No.
No.
It says Feliz Año Nuevo 2022.
Oh.
And then something else. Something good.
This dress is so pretty. I would love to have this pattern on a dress.
That's what I think too, Tony.
Well, still the catalog question. We sent out 5,000 catalogs. Has anybody got one yet? So we can fact check the catalog distributor. Andrea says she needs to have a serious question with her autocorrect or conversation. Dean hasn't got his either. Do you have that first list, Chad?
I do, but
The 5100 list?
somewhere.
No, I may have it. Let me see if I can check it.
How are you going to check it?
It's an Excel sheet. So I will open it and I will search Excel for Dean's name. You think that'll work?
I thought you were going to check the tracking. I understand now.
Oh.
Okay, I think that's.
I don't think I got that one, Chad.
Awfully quiet.
That just happened.
It's a new thing.
You guys don't know what being quiet is.
All right. Jessica, send it to us. She says she's game on sending it in, or Denny could come for a visit.
I probably won't make it for a visit for a while. So if you want it sharp, send it to me. And I will do my best. You guys have to realize, though, I never make guarantees.
let's see.
Lefty, what shot is this?
Nobody has received a question or a catalog yet. What?
This is a good shot.
I'm not sure what you're talking about.
This is a good shot.
Yeah, no, I had the camera, so. Serious question. Any advice on how to handle... Okay. The question comes, you'll see other crafts pop up that have taken maybe a style of bag that you made, Denny, or taken your tooling pattern that you haven't shared with them.
Mm-hmm.
How would you handle that situation?
I don't care. They can use anything. A little competition never hurt anybody. Plus, you know, I don't do stuff to copyright. I just like to do different stuff. If someone likes to copy what I do, I feel honored, actually.
Yeah.
Compliment.
Makes you push yourself to do it even
Yeah.
better.
Yeah.
That's why that maker's mark means a lot.
Exactly.
Yeah, and that's why we're doing what we're doing right here.
I mean, we kind of expect all of you guys to copy us to some
Yeah.
extent. I mean, I know that that's what our business is here for, is to, like, you know,
Educate.
educate and encourage leathercraft. I mean, there's always going to be copies of things.
Sure.
Like you, and honestly, when it comes down to it, depending on what you're making, I kind of hate to say this out loud, but like, how original is your idea? Like, are you making a bag? Are you doing something that's just extraordinarily outside of the box?
Right.
Or are you compiling different things that you've seen, you know, come down the road? At some extent, I mean, at the day and age that we're at, I feel like it's really hard to have a super original design at this point. That doesn't mean that what you do isn't, you know, your creativity and your craft, but there's just so much out there. You know, we can't recreate the wheel every day
Right.
with everything that we do.
Plus, I can try to do the same thing 2 times
And it's
and
different.
not get the job done.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'll be different every time I do it. So it really doesn't matter. And you know, they say leathercraft is a dying art. It's not. There are probably more leather craftsmen in the world now than there ever has been in history.
Yeah.
And good ones, very good
Yes.
ones. And they say, when I was building saddles, they say, well, most saddle makers are pretty tight-lipped. They won't tell you stuff. But I never, ever in my life have talked to a saddle maker that wouldn't tell me the answer to any question that I ask him and be earnest about it. You know, try to, you know, they don't care. You can't do what they do anyway. All you can do is what you do.
Right. Yeah, I mean,
Well, it was no different when I had my photography business. Here, let me move over here so I can talk. So that
people can hear you.
when I had my photography business, and that was all the time we were talking about, you would set up the same shot as somebody else, and like, let's just keep taking my pictures. What makes my pictures different? Well,
What you do with them.
what you do with it, how you get it printed, how you edit, how you whatever with it. And
Your customer service
It pushed me
can make the difference.
to create a different picture or a different picture or a different picture. But then you know what? You go back and you look in time and you'll see a picture from when my dad took pictures early on. And I was like, oh, well, I took the same shot that he had done, but I'd never seen it. So, I mean, original ideas are really hard to come by.
Yeah.
Now I think it might make you mad, Denny, if somebody took your design, did tooling of it, and then put your name on it instead of selling a Denny Low,
Yeah.
and you didn't do it. You know, using your maker's mark, that's a different story.
Yeah, that's
Plagiarism.
plagiarism.
That's different. Yeah. But I don't, you know, it really doesn't bother me to see someone try to duplicate what I do, because that makes me feel good. It makes me feel like I've done something that other people at least approve of, you know.
Appreciate.
Yeah. And I would say most other leather craftsmen feel the same way. If you're new in the business and trying to make yourself a name, you know, being original is probably not going to be the answer. You know, doing a good job at what you do is going to be the answer.
Yeah.
That's what's going to get you notoriety.
I mean, and how many times have all of us, you know, we want to make something new and we Google the product that we want to make and we just sit there and scroll through pages and pages and pages of
From
Google.
this style, I take a little bit from this picture, I take a little bit from that, and then
Yeah.
I make my project.
Yeah. Yeah. You know, you can only make a belt so many different ways.
Yeah. That's what I tell everybody in my carving classes too. You know, they say, "Well, how do you do that?" You know, well, I love to look at other people's work and try to emulate the stuff that I like really, really well. You know, there's 2 or 3 artists that I really would love to be able to do what they do. I can't, but I can do some facsimile in my own right.
Yeah.
You know, but you can't get better at something unless you look at someone else's work that has done what you want to be able to do.
Yeah, and Stryker was saying he wasn't specifically talking about tooling or carving, more of the physical design of a bag or a purse.
Well, I agree. The same thing applies.
But, I mean, even if you talk to a bag maker, I wouldn't put it by one to go and get a coach purse and take it apart, cut the pieces out of it, and remake the bag.
Yeah.
Is that okay? I didn't get a pattern. I didn't do it. I physically bought your $350 purse and took it apart and made my own.
Yeah. I mean, I love fossil products. I think that they're really cool. I'll grab a fossil product all day long and take it apart and remake it. So,
if you don't want somebody to do it, the only really way to make people not do it is to patent the idea and hope that your patent goes through. And then being able to fight it to say that.
Well, if you don't, you will never catch everyone that's trying to do what you do to begin with, if you're doing anything worthwhile.
Yeah, I think it's tough to get past that.
So,
being a crafter, whether it's tooling or making a bag, you're an artist. And as an artist, I think we all get to the point of when we see somebody start stealing an idea or our idea, it's like, dang, there goes a job that I didn't get to do or whatever, and you see dollar signs instead of, hey, you know, my stuff is this good for somebody to want to copy it.
yeah.
Exactly. You know, that, to me, that's the satisfaction that I get out of doing something, is if someone wants to do what you've done.
Josie is so excited about your thing, want to thank you.
Oh, good.
About what?
My mug.
Oh. I'm pretty excited.
Well, I brought it back just for somebody that said last week that they missed it. So if that was you,
It was
you're
Josie.
welcome.
Been watching quality until the camera angles changed and I could see. Bam, pow, thing 1, thing 2. Yeah, because I went to the main camera for a little bit as we
You're talking.
talking and not tooling. Or stamping. Not really tooling at all, I guess. Unfortunately, I use those interchangeably. Will you turn that just a little bit, Liz? Like 45 degrees on your cup. Yeah, perfect. This
Denny,
is for Josie.
isn't it cute?
That's a wonderful cup right there.
I would like to go back. It's nice and warm in Florida right now.
You're right. Little Fear was asking if I'm a leather worker.
Tony
The
does
answer
some
is
stuff.
yes, Tony, you are.
You know, he's really good at dropping awls into his toes.
I got my line card holders that I make
Oh,
for
yeah.
umpires. Do some saddle repair. Did some nose bands, belts, wallets, hand clutches, field note journals. But I really only craft one thing over and over.
What's that?
That's the lineup card holders.
Yeah. Well, to me, you know, unless you're just trying to make a living doing something, doing the same thing over and over again isn't much fun. You know, I like to change it up. And that's how you learn to do different things too, is by doing them. That was pretty
really
prophetic,
wise.
wasn't it?
Yeah, it was. It's very, very wisdomous.
Wisdomous. The living language. Wisdomous.
I think I've got.
That's a friend's quote for anybody that knows it out there.
Hopefully I didn't miss anybody's question when we went on our long talk. I was trying to read and listen.
Our rant.
I mean, rant. Opinions. Aren't rants just opinions? Idaho Cowgirl did have a question though, Denny, and we've talked about this for doing a more virtual thing. I assume since the name is Idaho Cowgirl that she's probably located in Idaho. Maybe she was just born there and she has moved somewhere different. Have you ever taught Sheridan classes?
Yes,
Every
I do
day.
on a weekly basis. Yes.
Yes.
I teach a novice class and I teach an advanced to intermediate class. And I call it advanced to intermediate or intermediate to advanced is what I call it. Because you start out as an intermediate and
you end up advanced?
Advanced. And, you know, someone who's
We're really good
already
with
a
our words
proficient
today.
tooler isn't probably going to take my classes. You know?
Yeah.
If you already know what you're doing, why are you trying to get someone else to show you what you're doing?
Well, you know,
what I mean?
sometimes people just like to learn a little bit.
Well, that's true. That's true.
All right, Denny.
You take your pick and I'll take mine. These are the two I've done.
Okay. I did this one, and I did this one. So we've got the meander.
I was going to do a border.
Kevin was
That's
asking
all.
how can you do every other one if it's only 7 panels? I said, well, the original one was 8, so it was every other one. So
You
I
can't
guess
do every other one. That's
Wasn't that
why
one
we're doing every
10?
one different. Yeah, that one was 10.
Oh, the original is 10, not 8.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess you could do every other one and just have one that's totally different.
Yeah.
Put your maker's mark on that one.
Well, I thought about that after I'd drawn the pattern. I thought I should have made this an even number, but I didn't, and it was too late to start over. So now we're doing 7 different panels.
That's all right. It'll be fun. I actually think this would be really cool if you did some Sheridan floral and then cut out the backgrounds.
It would be.
Yep, it would.
Do a filigree. I will try that at some point.
Denny's going to finally do what
If
I
you
asked
did-
him to do 10 years ago.
If you did a filigree one, Denny, what weight would you do it at?
Same weight, probably.
And that was
Actually, the lighter weight you can do on a filigree, the easier it will be to do. But this could be done. A 7 to 8.
7 to 8.
Yeah,
Yeah, so
six,
it's
6, 7
split.
would probably be pretty much ideal. But
Yeah, so it is split down on the back.
Yeah.
I feel like I do this one wrong. How am I supposed to line up this guy?
What is that one?
It's the pillow.
I just do them back to back, like
Where's that leather pilot we had, Tony?
In the floor.
Cool.
It's inside it. I poured new concrete.
Oh, okay.
concrete.
This one's all right.
Just a chunk of it's all we need. Yeah.
I tried to do that one on our coasters the other day, but I did like a little swatch and then I didn't like it, so I started another one. Whoa, Tony.
Kick the cord.
Take your head out. I can't see you, Southpaw. Okay, so that is,
Yeah,
you just line up 2 of them.
Yeah.
All right, well, I'll see if I can do it.
There's a lot of little stamps when you do that.
I know. We'll figure it out.
SLC can do custom maker's marks. Yep, it's the one we do as an oval.
They're custom, guys. So
Oh, we can make it however.
yeah, so you can do the plate. We have 2 different standard plate sizes. We can do larger ones, but just know that you won't be able to necessarily use them with a hammer and a mallet, depending on how big you get. But for our standard ones, it's an 1 1/16 square, or we have an 1.5 by an 3/8. I sold them for a long time, so I'm very familiar with measurements. So whatever you want that fits on those size plates. You can do an oval border, you can do a rope edge border, you can do a square border, and then we can just put text in the middle of it. If you have your own logo that is digitized, would be phenomenal in some sort of black and white fashion, because just realize that colors aren't going to show up on a stamp. It's just black or white. It's either going to be impressed into the leather or it won't be. So just keep that in mind for y'all out there that want to send us a real big, pretty, colorful picture and want to stamp out of it. That's not a thing. So don't do that. Anyways, send us your designs. Chad, is there a stamp email address, or is it just Zach?
It's just Zach at springfieldleather.com.
Zachary.
Oh yeah, it is Zachary.
It's Zachary at springfieldleather.com, or just
Matt.
or Matt.
Yep.
Mm,
I mean, where's it Matt?
I think it's Matt with an initial.
I'll find out.
Okay. Yes, we do. So give us a call or shoot us an email.
Or me. That's fine.
Or Chad at Springfield Leather.
It is Matthew.
Matthew and Zachary.
Or Jed.
Or Chad.
RN Sows said hello, Liz. Might have seen an email from her.
Who is it?
RN Sows.
Sure.
A bag maker.
Oh, yeah. Oh, hey. Sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm
Zoom
ready.
classes, I think, if I remember correctly. And has entered into the Twitch category.
Yeah. I talked to Rusty. We are going to be adding those couple of thicknesses of Bontex to our line, so we'll be working on getting those ordered and up and running.
Different thicknesses?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Cool.
So I already reached out to our Bontex people, and they've got them. So we'll get some different options coming for those of you that like to use Bontex in your projects and need different thicknesses to do so.
Ed
Hopefully nobody saw that.
slid off the side there.
Sure did.
Ed said, is that a Sergey stamp that you just did, Liz? I assume that he's talking about this one here. It is. It's the 4 quilted. That was before we got numbers on the tools?
So this, this is the 362.
362.
And then this one is also a Sergey stamp.
Which one is that?
The 420.
That's Abigail's favorite one.
It's a fun one.
Yeah. Rorik said, I saw that, Liz.
Shh, Rorik.
How's my hoodie coming along, Rorik? It's getting cold down here without that Herman Oak hoodie on.
I wear that thing it's an Under Armour hoodie, and it is so fitted, like my head is really tight to put it on.
Oh, I probably wouldn't be able to fit into it with as big as my head.
Yeah, your head is pretty big. It's snug. I'll have to wear it on my way. Oh, that's fun, Denny. I like that a lot.
Yeah.
I used it as my border, and I don't love it. It's fine. It's fine, but that's better.
This is a Clay Miller tool.
Oh, look how pretty it is in the center. Yeah. Oh, guys, look at this. Look at that.
Medium.
That's nice. Good work, Denny.
Oh, thank you.
It's like you know what you're doing or something.
Well, I guessed at it.
You know what?
Sometimes
I'm just going to
I
do diamonds. I'm not going to do this whole thing.
Yeah, that's...
Let's see. There was something else there. I don't know what Michael was talking. Something Chad Wild Turkey tooling pattern. Chad, you still in here?
Yes.
You know what I'm talking about?
No.
Okay. Michael, he doesn't know what you're talking about.
Well, what is he on YouTube?
Yeah, Facebook. Alright. Slug Biker says, howdy, I'm new here, so can you tell me what those pieces of leather that you're stamping will be formed into? We sure can.
Supposedly, when we're done, it'll be a lampshade.
I think I've moved the lamp far enough away that nobody else can reach it. Hang on just a second.
So we're making a simplified version of that right now.
Yeah.
What do you need? Oh, I thought you were reaching for something.
We're
Nope,
gonna,
just thinking.
we're gonna tool till you got all these done, or what? What was the plan?
What time is it?
It's about
Well, I think probably.
we could probably call it.
Yeah. I would like to call it.
I'd
This
probably
one
like to
has-
eat my lunch
What I
today.
wanna call it, but-
This one has 7 panels. The other one we said had 10.
Yeah.
Yes.
The plan for this is once we get it made and this video gets done and we can verify that the pattern works, then I'll scan it in and it'll be available for download back on this video link on YouTube, on the description of this video.
I sure do love diamonds.
That's pretty neat.
Right?
What a droll thing to say, Liz.
Just the shape. I don't really care too much for the rock. I could take it or leave the clear crystal that's cut in
Tony
fancy
asked
ways.
Liz my question. Oh, yes, I saw it there. No, sorry. The Miracle and Sensation. What's the difference between the two?
One's thicker than the other one, so I think the Sensation is a little bit lighter. I think it's a 2 to 3 ounce, and then the Miracle is a 3 to 4, I believe. But otherwise,
Let me get the catalog.
they're the same.
Still the same pebble grain,
Yeah.
same everything.
From the same company, yeah, one's just a little bit lighter, and we don't necessarily carry the same colors in both of them.
Lighter as in leather weight, not colors.
Correct. The thickness is different.
The leather weight.
You know. Yes, Denny?
So Sensation is,
Am I right?
what'd you say?
2 to 3.
2 to 3,
Miracle is 3 to 4.
3.5 to 4.
Boom. I know things. You guys didn't see how excited I was just then because you're not looking at us, but that's
Here you
fine.
go.
She was
Boom.
very excited.
That's what I did. I always get excited when I remember things correctly.
And there's Darcy. I think Darcy needs to come over and talk to us.
What's up, Darcy?
Hey.
Hey.
Well, I guess I should.
All right.
Did we take this out?
Oh, are you done?
I am done.
Okay. Well, we'll finish this up,
We change it to square foot.
and then we will be back on Friday to assemble.
We have
Right.
someone
Yeah,
good at
I will
stuff and
start
things.
assembling because the lacing is pretty
In depth.
time consuming.
Time consuming. Okay.
So we'll lace part of it and the rest of it we'll finish.
What's up, Tony?
Did you shush me?
No, I was trying to shush the other conversation that's going on.
Oh, hey, Darcy, we're live.
Since I don't have noise canceling on, it picks up everything in the room.
Oh my god!
You're on.
Yes.
You're on.
Oh my god!
That's why I think you need to
know,
come
you
over and
warn
speak to us.
somebody.
Our lights
come
are
over.
on.
Hi guys! I'm glad everyone's having a good time.
What room do you walk in? 2 people sitting with lights pointed on
Shut
them.
up.
Are you guys just hanging out in the marketing room?
Darcy's special, guys.
Yeah.
Good at stuff and things. I live in California. Grapes, wines, and vineyards. I hardly ever see any of these things. Tool. Thoughts? I don't know. What are the
Wine
things?
stuff, yes, we literally just
Oh,
did.
We
did.
just did a wine holder, like
Yeah, we did.
a wall
I'll show you the
hanger.
one that we did, but I took it home.
Nah,
Well, I'll just go bring the other tool ones when we talk.
we're not going to hang out that long.
Never mind.
Last
You
week's
can watch
video,
our last week's video. Yeah.
Friday we did wine carrier.
Why don't you make something?
Is that one I did the grapes on?
Yeah.
Oh,
And it
cool.
said wine on each panel.
Yeah, we just used natural veg last week. We didn't do anything fancy. Clayton sewed a couple pinstripes down it.
Pinstripes.
And that also is a kit, so if you wanted to go and get the kit, I can give you the number.
It is. It's 144-5501, if I remember correctly.
Michael, I'll get with Chad and mention this circle pattern thing that you were. Circle, turkey, whichever one it was.
1445501.
See, I was right.
Let's see.
Anything.
Hang on.
I like it.
Thanks, Denny. And then I'll do another one coming off of there, like I did that.
Yeah.
Or maybe I'll make you do it.
Idaho Cowgirl, if you wait until the after party, I will show you that. She was asking about Tokenol, would it burnish chrome tan or oil tan leather?
That's
Is that
what it's
correct?
for.
Trying to decide if I need to order some. We carry 2. We Tokenol and Toco Pro, but if you hang out, I'll burnish something on the Twitch.
We love burnishing.
Yeah, that's the stuff to use.
You can use it with veg. Just do your coloring before you do your edging. found that out.
I'm always really amazed how many people try to do their edges before they dye their product. And I'm like, yeah, that doesn't work.
Yeah.
You can never be that careful.
Looks really weird on the edge after that.
I feel like somebody had told me, they're like, oh, that's what this leather crafter told me to do. And I was like, oh, I'm really sorry. You shouldn't listen to that.
Liz does not speak in product code like binary code. She tries sometimes. She has tried. And some beeps and some boops.
What?
Beep, boop, beep, boop, beep.
You can water burnish edges
You can.
before you dye.
Mm-hmm. You can use saddle soap before you dye too.
And that's the way I usually do it when I
on
a veg stand, but because I always water burnish.
Mm-hmm.
But if you're going to use a product to burnish with, you definitely want to dye first.
Because usually that product's going to seal that leather right up.
So what's the plan here? We're going to finish tooling these up.
Yep, we only have the one left to go, so we'll get that one tooled up, and then Denny's going to get some of it laced together before we get in here, and we'll probably lace just a couple panels after we get in here.
Yeah, I'll finish all the tooling and we'll probably antique it.
Okay.
I'll antique it and put a finish on it, and then we'll
Sounds like a plan. And then Denny also said that we are not certified electricians, so we are not going to tell you how to wire this thing up. You can go to the hardware store and they can help you with your needs. You punch a hole, you're going to install whatever it is that they sell you, and then don't burn down your house. So, yeah.
Yeah, and
We're not liable for that.
Period.
All right.
All right. Join us tomorrow.
For some live shopping at 2 on Facebook, 2 p.m. Central Time. We're going to have some fun stuff. We've got some more upholstery hides. We've got some fun exotics. We've got some stuff. We got stuff.
We have rabbit things.
That's going to be great. I'll be here.
All right. See you guys.
Bye.
bye-bye.
That was a weird way to end it. That's fine.